Step by Step, 1991 to 1998, was one of the most beloved family sitcoms of the 90s, bringing laughter and warmth to audiences around the world. More than 3 decades later, fans still wonder what happened to the stars of the Lambert Foster family. Some actors continued to shine in Hollywood, others stepped away from the spotlight, and sadly, a few have passed away. Join us as we look back at the cast of Step by Step, then and now, and discover how time has shaped their remarkable journeys. Patrick Duffy portrayed Frank Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when he was 42 years old. Frank is a rugged, good-hearted contractor from Port Washington, Wisconsin, whose spontaneous marriage to Carol Foster turns 2 very different families into one blended household. As the patriarch, Frank often plays the role of a disciplinarian, yet maintains a playful, easygoing streak that makes him endearing to the children. His clashes with Carol over household order, his sometimes bumbling attempts at parenting, and his comic timing added richness to the family dynamic. Frank's growth as a husband and father, learning patience and compromise, provided many of the show's heartfelt lessons. Patrick Duffy was already well known for his role as Bobby Ewing in Dallas, 1978 to 1991, where he became a primetime television icon, and earlier as the aquatic superhero in Man from Atlantis. After Step by Step, he reprised Bobby in Dallas revivals, appeared in The Bold and the Beautiful, and directed several TV episodes. Off-screen, Duffy married professional dancer Carlin Rosser in 1974, with whom he had 2 sons. Her death in 2017 was a profound loss. In later years, he found happiness with actress Linda Pearl. His career, marked by longevity and versatility, has made him a beloved figure in television history. As of 2025, Patrick Duffy is 76 years old. Stacey Keenan portrayed Dana Foster in Step by Step, 1991, when she was 16 years old. Dana is Carol's eldest daughter, a sarcastic, quick-witted teenager whose sharp intelligence and feminist outlook often put her at odds with her stepfamily, especially JT. Their constant verbal sparring became one of the show's most memorable running gags, highlighting Dana's cleverness and strong personality. As the most academically minded of the children, Dana consistently pursued excellence in school and dreamed of a future beyond the household drama. Over the series, she evolved from a witty high school student into a young woman with ambition, showing both maturity and compassion when it counted most. Outside the sitcom, Stacey Keenan had already gained recognition on My Two Dads, 1987 to 1990, before cementing her place in 1990s. Family television through Step by Step. After leaving acting in the early 2000s, she pursued higher education and transitioned into a career in law, practicing under her birth name, Anastasia Sigorsky. Today she works as a deputy district attorney, respected for her professionalism outside the Hollywood spotlight. Keenan has kept her personal life largely private, but is known to be married to actor Guy Birtwistle. Though she left the entertainment industry, her portrayal of Dana Foster remains beloved by fans who grew up with the show. As of 2025, Stacey Keenan is 50 years old. Brandon Call portrayed John Thomas J.T. Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when he was 14 years old. J.T., Frank's eldest son, is the classic teen slacker, more interested in sports, food, and chasing girls than academics. His street smarts, charm, and constant antics often clash with Dana's sharp wit, creating one of the series' funniest rivalries. Though not book smart, JT shows loyalty and heart, proving himself a caring brother and son in key moments. As he matures, his character explores responsibility through jobs, relationships, and finding his place within the large blended family. Brandon Call had earlier acted in shows like Baywatch and Saint Elsewhere before becoming a household name on Step by Step. In 1996, during the show's run, Call survived a frightening shooting incident that led him to step away from acting after the series ended in 1998. Since then, he has lived a private life out of the public eye, focusing on family and personal pursuits rather than Hollywood fame. Despite leaving the industry, his role as JT remains iconic, to 1990s audiences who remember his goofy charm and sibling banter. As of 2025, Brandon Call is 48 years old. Suzanne Somers played Carol Foster Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when she was 45 years old. Carol is a warm, witty, and highly organized beautician who strives to keep the blended Foster-Lambert family running smoothly. As the mother of 3 children of her own, Carol brings nurturing energy and optimism into the household, often balancing Frank's more carefree style with discipline and structure. Her patience is tested regularly, especially by the comedic chaos of raising 7 children under one roof. But her resilience and loving heart make her the glue of the family. Somers had already achieved stardom in the late 1970s as Chrissy Snow in Three's Company, where her bubbly charm and comedic timing won her widespread recognition. After Step by Step, she reinvented herself as an entrepreneur, author, and health advocate, publishing over 25 books, many becoming bestsellers, and building a fitness empire with products like the Thigh Master. Married to Canadian TV host Alan Hamel from 1977 until her passing, their enduring marriage was a cornerstone of her life. Beyond acting, she became a cultural figure promoting wellness and alternative health approaches. Sadly, Suzanne Somers died on October 15, 2023, at the age of 76, after a long and courageous battle with breast cancer, leaving behind a legacy as both an entertainer and a businesswoman who inspired millions. Angela Watson played Karen Foster in Step by Step, 1991, when she was 15 years old. Karen, Carol's middle child, is an image-conscious teenager who dreams of becoming a singer and model. Known for her vanity, dramatic flair, and constant preoccupation with her looks, Karen often provided comic relief while also representing the typical ups and downs of adolescence. Over time, her character matured, facing challenges in love, school, and her pursuit of stardom, showing glimpses of depth beneath her superficial exterior. Off-screen, Angela Watson's career after the sitcom included modeling, guest TV roles, and singing. She also became known for her activism. In the 2000s, she founded Child Actors Supporting Themselves, CAST, a group advocating for young performers' rights after revealing she had faced financial exploitation by her parents. Today, Watson continues to work in the arts and supports child welfare causes. Her personal life has largely been kept private, though she remains connected with Step by Step fans through conventions and social media. As of 2025, Angela Watson is 49 years old. Christopher Castile portrayed Mark Foster in Step by Step, 1991, when he was 11 years old. Mark, Carol's youngest son, is remembered as the quintessential nerd of the blended household. He wears thick glasses, loves science, chess, and technology, and often retreats into his books instead of joining the chaos around him. His quiet, cautious personality makes him an outsider among his siblings, yet he occasionally surprises them with dry wit or clever problem-solving. Over the series, Mark shows personal growth, experimenting with music, dating, and even gaining confidence in social situations. Despite being teased by JT and Dana, he remains good-natured and develops his own identity, representing the quieter, more intellectual side of adolescence. Beyond the sitcom, Christopher Castile was a popular child star in the early 1990s, most notably playing Ted in Beethoven, 1992, and its sequel, where his deadpan delivery added to the family comedy's success. He also voiced Eugene Horowitz on Nickelodeon's Hey Arnold. However, Castile retired from acting after Step by Step, choosing education as his lifelong profession. He earned advanced degrees and became a professor of political science and a history teacher in California, where he is admired by students for balancing his Hollywood past with academic dedication. His private personal life reflects his decision to step away from fame. As of 2025, Christopher Castile is 45 years old. Christine Lakin portrayed Alicia, Al Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when she was 12 years old. Al, Frank's tomboyish daughter, stands out as one of the show's most beloved characters. Preferring sports and roughhousing to fashion and makeup, Al is tough, witty, and independent, often rebelling against traditional girlish expectations. She frequently spars with her step-siblings, but also forms deep bonds as she matures, gradually embracing her individuality and feminine side without losing her strong personality. Laken's performance captured both humor and heart, showing Al's growth from a feisty preteen into a thoughtful young woman. Outside the sitcom, Christine Laken built a successful acting career spanning TV, film, and voice work. She appeared in Valentine, Hollywood Darlings, and voiced characters in animated series like Family Guy. Beyond acting, she directs, choreographs, and has lent her talents to video games, audiobooks, and stage productions. Personally, she married actor Brandon Breaux in 2014, and together they have 2 children. Known for her versatility and down-to-earth nature, Laken remains active in Hollywood and a favorite among fans of 1990s sitcoms. As of 2025, Christine Laken is 46 years old. Sasha Mitchell portrayed Cody Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when he was 24 years old. Cody, Frank's nephew, quickly became one of the most iconic and beloved characters of the show. With his surfer dude speech, goofy misunderstandings, and laid-back lifestyle, living in a van parked in the driveway, Cody brought energy and humor to nearly every scene. Despite being dim-witted at times, he had a heart of gold, fiercely loyal to his cousins and always stepping in to help them with wisdom disguised in silliness. Cody's martial arts skills gave him a unique flair, often used for comic moments but also to show his hidden competence. His quirky worldview made him both a comic relief and a surprisingly grounding figure in the family. Off-screen, Sasha Mitchell had already established himself on Dallas and rose to action stardom by headlining the Kickboxer sequels, showing his athletic background in Taekwondo. While his career suffered setbacks in the 1990s due to personal and legal issues that also caused his departure from the show, Mitchell later returned to acting in independent films and television. He is also a dedicated father of 4, balancing family life with occasional roles. Though his Hollywood journey was turbulent, fans still celebrate him as Cody Lambert, a character whose charm, silliness, and loyalty made him unforgettable. As of 2025, Sasha Mitchell is 58 years old. Josh Byrne played Brendan Lambert in Step by Step, 1991, when he was only 7 years old. Brendan, the youngest child of Frank Lambert, is characterized by his sweet innocence, cheerful demeanor, and gentle personality. Unlike his louder, rebellious older siblings, Brendan often played the role of an observer, offering moments of calm and heartwarming interactions. His storylines usually revolved around the challenges of being the baby of a large blended family, wanting attention, or finding his place in the new household. While he never had the strong comedic arcs of JT or Dana, Brendan's presence contributed to the show's family dynamic, showing that even the youngest voices matter. However, after the 6th season, his character mysteriously disappeared without explanation, a decision that puzzled fans and later became one of the most discussed aspects of the series. For Josh Byrne, acting was a brief chapter in his life. Step by Step was his only major role, and after the series ended, he left Hollywood entirely. Unlike some of his co-stars, he avoided public appearances, interviews, or social media, choosing instead to live privately and away from celebrity culture. His quiet withdrawal has only added to the curiosity of fans who remember him fondly as Brendan. As of 2025, Josh Byrne is 41 years old. Edra Voles appeared as Mrs. Slezak in Step by Step, 1993, when she was 85 years old. Though a minor recurring character, Mrs. Slezak exemplified Nedra Vols's specialty: feisty, sharp-witted older women who brought comic spark to family sitcoms. Her scenes were small but memorable, often delivering witty one-liners or serving as a humorous foil to the younger cast. Vols had built a long career in Hollywood, becoming one of television's most beloved character actresses during the 1970s and 1980s. She played Adelaide Brubaker on Different Strokes, Pearl Shea and Mama's Family, and appeared in shows like The Dukes of Hazzard, Good Times, and Filthy Rich. On the big screen, she had roles in Moving Violations, Lust in the Dust, and Earth Girls Are Easy. Her diminutive frame contrasted hilariously with her fiery delivery, making her a scene stealer across decades of comedy. Off-screen, she married Orrin Vold in 1929, and the couple had 3 children before his death in 1987. Known for her sweet personality in real life, Volz worked steadily into her 80s before retiring. She passed away on January 20th, 2003 at the age of 94, from complications related to Alzheimer's disease, leaving behind a career that proved age could never diminish comedic brilliance. Jason Marsden portrayed Rich Halke in Step by Step, 1993, when he was 18 years old. Rich began as JT's wisecracking best friend, often joining him in harebrained schemes that almost always went wrong. Initially seen as a troublemaker, Rich evolved into a more complex character as the series progressed, especially through his unexpected romance with Dana. Their relationship added depth and heart, showing Rich's more sensitive side while also creating humorous tension between his loyalty to JT and his affection for Dana. Jason Marsden's career extended far beyond the sitcom. He became one of the most prolific voice actors of his generation. He voiced Max Goof in A Goofy Movie, 1995, Kovu in The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Chester in The Fairly OddParents, and had roles in Teen Titans Young Justice, Justice League, and many Disney and Nickelodeon shows. He also acted on screen in Full House, Boy Meets World, and films like Hocus Pocus, 1993. In addition to acting, Marsden has directed and hosted projects, maintaining a strong connection with fans through conventions and voice acting panels. Married to Christy Hicks from 2004 to 2020, they share one son. Known for his humor and approachable nature, Marsden continues to thrive in the entertainment industry. As of 2025, Jason Marsden is 50 years old. Bronson Pinchot played Jean-Luc Rieupeyroux in Step by Step, 1997, when he was 38 years old. Jean-Luc was a flamboyant and eccentric French hairdresser who became a close friend of the Lambert Foster family. With his outrageous accent, quirky mannerisms, and unpredictable personality, Jean-Luc provided over-the-top comic relief and quickly became a fan-favorite addition to the later seasons. Pinchot, already well-known to audiences, was celebrated for his ability to transform into eccentric characters. His breakout role came as Balky Bartokomous in the hit sitcom Perfect Strangers, 1986 to 1993, where his wide-eyed innocence and unforgettable catchphrases made him a household name. He also appeared in films like Beverly Hills Cop, 1984, Risky Business, 1983, and True Romance, 1993, and lent his voice to animated projects. Beyond television and film, Pinchot has worked extensively as an audiobook narrator, receiving critical acclaim and multiple awards for his narration work. Known for his energy and comedic timing, he remains one of the most distinctive character actors of his generation. As of 2025, Bronson Pinchot is 66 years old. David Graff portrayed Dave Roberts in Step by Step, 1993, when he was 43 years old. Though his role on the sitcom was brief, Graff's presence was unmistakable. He specialized in playing larger-than-life characters with comic intensity. Dave Roberts was written as an over-the-top personality, and Graff's booming voice and physical comedy gave the character unforgettable energy. Outside of this appearance, Graff became a fan favorite in the Police Academy film series as Sergeant Eugene Tackleberry, the gun-loving officer whose mix of zeal and absurdity made him iconic in the 1980s. His career extended to a wide range of TV roles, including guest spots on Seinfeld, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, The West Wing, and Touched by an Angel. Graff's versatility allowed him to shift between broad comedy and more serious dramatic parts. Born in Ohio, he pursued acting after studying at Ohio State University, steadily building a respected career. He married Catherine Graff in 1983, and they had 2 sons together. Tragically, David Graff's life was cut short on April 7, 2001, when he suffered a fatal heart attack while attending his brother-in-law's wedding in Phoenix, Arizona. He was only 50 years old. His untimely death shocked fans and colleagues, but his performances remain beloved examples of 1980s and 1990s character acting at its finest. Donald Gibb played Slasher in Step by Step, 1993, when he was 39 years old. Slasher was written as a tough, larger-than-life character whose rugged exterior contrasted humorously with the wholesome suburban family dynamic. His intimidating physicality and comic exaggeration made him memorable despite limited screen time, fitting perfectly into the show's mix of broad humor and family-centered storytelling. Gibb's real-life career has long leaned on his powerful frame and unique comedic energy. He became internationally famous as Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds, 1984, and its sequels shouting the unforgettable Nerds battle cry, which turned him into a cult favorite. He also starred as Ray Jackson in Bloodsport, 1988, opposite Jean-Claude Van Damme, showcasing both his comedic timing and physical intensity in action cinema. Gibb went on to appear in First and 10, Fugitive Mind, and numerous guest roles across television, carving out a reputation as one of Hollywood's most colorful character actors. In later years, he embraced fan conventions and nostalgia events, where his approachable personality and storytelling delighted fans who grew up watching him. Away from the screen, Gibb lived a private life but became co-owner of Trader Todd's, a bar in Chicago, showing his entrepreneurial side. As of 2025, Donald Gibb is 71 years old. John Astin appeared as George Humphries in Step by Step, 1994, when he was 64 years old. His role was short but memorable, drawing on his trademark eccentric charm. Astin is best remembered worldwide as Gomez Addams, the gleefully macabre patriarch in the classic sitcom The Addams Family, 1964 to 1966. With his wide-eyed enthusiasm, dramatic delivery, and devilish charisma, Astin made Gomez one of television's most enduring characters. His career spanned decades across television, film, and stage, with appearances in Batman, Night Court, Erie, Indiana, and a recurring role in the Addams Family reunion specials. He also provided voices for animated series and directed episodes of shows such as Night Court. Off-screen, Astin became a respected acting teacher, leading the drama program at Johns Hopkins University, where he inspired countless students. Married 3 times, he raised 5 sons, including actor Sean Astin, famous for The Goonies, Rudy, and The Lord of the Rings. Beloved for both his classic roles and his mentorship, Astin has enjoyed a long life in the spotlight. As of 2025, John Astin is 95 years old. Peggy Rhea portrayed Ivy Baker in Step by Step, 1991, when she was 70 years old. Ivy was a recurring character who embodied warmth and comedic sharpness, often providing sage advice or wry commentary amid the chaos of the blended Lambert-Foster household. Rhea was a veteran television actress by the time she joined the sitcom, already familiar to audiences from The Waltons, where she played Rose Burton, as well as Grace Under Fire, The Dukes of Hazzard, and All in the Family. Known for her roles as strong, no-nonsense women, she brought authenticity and humor to every performance. Her career included guest appearances on dozens of series across the 1960s through the 1990s, establishing her as one of television's most reliable and beloved supporting actresses. Off-screen, Rhea lived a relatively private life, admired by colleagues for her kindness and professionalism. Sadly, she passed away on February 5, 2011, at the age of 89, due to heart failure. Her passing marked the end of a long and respected career that contributed greatly to American television comedy and drama. June Lockhart played Helen Lambert in Step by Step, 1996, when she was 71 years old. As Frank Lambert's mother, Helen added a layer of generational humor, often delivering witty remarks and offering guidance that reflected both warmth and sharp intelligence. Even in a guest role, Lockhart brought elegance and depth, demonstrating why she was already considered television royalty. Her career began in childhood with A Christmas Carol, 1938, and she went on to become a beloved maternal figure on television. She starred as Ruth Martin in Lassie, 1958 to 1964, and later as Maureen Robinson in Lost in Space, 1965 to 1968, roles that cemented her as America's quintessential TV mom. Beyond these iconic parts, she made countless guest appearances in shows like Perry Mason, Full House, and Grey's Anatomy, proving her adaptability across decades. Lockhart received 2 Emmy nominations and earned 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one for film and one for television, an honor shared by only a select few. Off-screen, she married twice and had 2 daughters, Anne Lockhart and Elizabeth Lockhart, who followed her into acting. Throughout her long life, she has been celebrated for her grace, talent, and contributions to American television history. As of 2025, June Lockhart is 100 years old. Troy Evans appeared as Mr. Tubman in Step by Step, 1994, when he was 46 years old. His role, though brief, was played with the grounded humor that defined Evans's career, helping keep the sitcom relatable amidst its wilder comic antics. Evans, a character actor with over 4 decades of steady work, built his reputation portraying blue-collar, no-nonsense men, often as policemen, security guards, or public servants. His most famous television role came on ER, 1994 to 2009, where he played Frank Martin, the grumpy yet lovable desk clerk who became a cornerstone of the long-running series. Later, he portrayed Detective Johnson on Bosch, 2014 to 2021, adding to his legacy as one of television's most reliable supporting actors. His film work includes appearances in Demolition Man, 1993, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, 1994, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, 1998, and Teen Wolf, 1985, demonstrating his range from comedy to drama. Beyond acting, Evans has spoken publicly about his personal struggles with addiction and his path to recovery, using his experience to inspire others. Known as a kind and grounded professional, he is admired by colleagues for his longevity and resilience in a competitive industry. As of 2025, Troy Evans is 77 years old. Tony Longo appeared as Soupy in Step by Step, 1995, when he was 34 years old. Soupy was written as a gentle giant whose towering size and slightly goofy mannerisms made him an immediate source of laughs and warmth. Longo excelled in these kinds of roles, where his physical presence contrasted with a sweet-natured personality. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Longo was a reliable face in Hollywood, often cast as the lovable big guy or comedic sidekick. His film credits included Splash, 1984, The Last Boy Scout, 1991, Angels in the Outfield, 1994, and Eraser, 1996. He also made appearances in popular series like Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Monk, and Laverne and Shirley, showcasing a blend of humor and heart. His ability to make large, imposing characters seem approachable and even vulnerable earned him steady work across television and film. Away from acting, Longo maintained a private personal life, admired by those who knew him for his generosity and good-natured spirit. Sadly, he died in his sleep on June 20th, 2015, at just 53 years old, reportedly from natural causes linked to health issues. His early passing was mourned by fans of his many memorable supporting roles, which continue to resonate with audiences of his era. Mickey Jones played Virgil in Step by Step, 1993, when he was 52 years old. Virgil was crafted as a down-home, salt-of-the-earth type of character, adding rustic charm and hearty humor to the Lambert Foster household. With his burly build, booming laugh, and everyman energy, Jones brought a natural comedic presence that made Virgil memorable despite being a supporting role. Before acting, Jones was a professional drummer who toured with Bob Dylan during his legendary 1966 World Tour, and later with Kenny Rogers and the First Edition, contributing to some of rock's most influential music. Transitioning to acting in the 1970s, Jones became a prolific character actor known for his biker, trucker, and working-class roles. He appeared in dozens of television hits, including Home Improvement, Married, With Children, Baywatch, Entourage, and Justified, and films such as Total Recall, 1990, Sling Blade, 1996, and Tin Cup, 1996. His rugged look and warm comedic instincts made him a versatile favorite among casting directors. Off-screen, he was cherished for his kindness and accessibility, often attending fan conventions where he shared stories from his dual careers in music and acting. Sadly, he died on February 7, 2018, at the age of 76 from complications related to diabetes, leaving behind an enduring legacy across two entertainment worlds. Who is your favorite character from Step by Step? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.